Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here with me today. My name is Shay and today's video is all about sentimental items. Now I like to call myself a minimalist. This is just what I call myself. People can define minimalism in a lot of different ways, but minimalism is something I've really started the journey to a couple years back, and my life has changed a lot. I had a lot of sentimental items, to be honest, and I had a huge tote full of it under my staircase, and then I kind of went through it over and over and just kept keeping it. I don't know why I did it. And now I can honestly say I don't have sentimental items. So you don't have to be this extreme like I am. You don't have to have no sentimental items. For me, there are a lot of reasons as to why I don't own any sentimental items. One of them was it was just clutter, and clutter gives me a lot of anxiety and stress. So I just didn't want to add more to my life. And at the same time, a lot of things from when I was younger and people from when I was younger, I didn't want to see photos of or remember those things. It was a rough time back then. I just really didn't want to remember those things. I threw up my yearbooks from high school because high school was a horrible time for me. It was just, I mean, high school's not really that fun for anyone, let's be honest. I didn't feel the need to keep them, so those went out a long time ago. And I just, over time, got rid of things. I didn't need them anymore. So how did I get rid of these things? A huge tip for these items. I'll give you an example. I had this baby doll when I was little. Her name was Tabitha, which is ironic because that's also my sister's name. But anyways, I had this little baby doll when I was little, and I literally had it in my baby box, is what it was called, my sentimental item box. And it was this doll probably about this big. It had like its eyes popped out. It was super creepy. It was like ripped and dirty because like I carried it absolutely everywhere and like dragged her all over the floor and at the park and stuff. And I just kept keeping it for years and years and years, but I wouldn't look at it. I'd just keep it under the stairs. So what I ended up doing is I took a picture of the doll, and that way I still had a memory of the doll. I still remember what it looks like, obviously, and I just threw the creepy doll away. So some people might think this is super like shocking. Why would you throw away your sentimental items? Why wouldn't you keep that to show your kids one day? And I can still show my kids. I can show them photos that I keep online, and I don't have to keep anything for it. I don't have to keep this creepy doll in my closet anymore. That sounds so weird. Now I did this for a lot of other items. There were a few photo albums in there, and what you can do is just scan the photos and put them on a little hard drive, or you can just put them online on like the cloud or whatever I don't know. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't know, but you know what I mean when it's like, I don't know why I'm pointing up in the air, but when it's like a digital online thing that just saves it and you don't have to keep like a hard drive or anything. That's just my advice on that one. But for pretty much everything, I just took photos of them. My little baby outfits, the only ones that I kept would be ones that my children would wear, but honestly they were so shredded I didn't really keep any of them. I think I kept one. Addison wore it and then dirtied it so bad, and I wasn't going to keep a dirty, disgusting outfit, so just threw it out. I didn't need to keep it. And that's how I roll. A lot of times the reason that I started my YouTube channel, a lot of my videos, are about all these sentimental things that I wanted Addison to keep, because I didn't want to give her all this huge clutter in a box that I didn't even know half of it was from. I wanted it to be meaningful. I wanted her to have something to look back on, and rather than giving her photo albums on photo albums on photo albums, I do this. So let's talk about photo albums. Now this could be for your child, for a family member, for yourself. I actually started this huge photo album for Addison, and it has all these photos, hundreds of them, and let's be honest, she was my first child, so in the first month I literally had thousands, plural, of photos on my phone that I was just printing off for her. I spent so much money on that thing. It's huge, it's heavy, it doesn't fit anywhere, and it's just ridiculous. So what I've done is I went on Groupon, and this isn't sponsored at all, but it's just an idea for you. I went on Groupon and got this code, and so it was costing me $5 instead of $80 to make this little book. It's like an 8x6, so it's about this big, and I'm just inserting all the photos in it. Now the book itself is about this thin, no exaggeration, this thin, and it's so tiny. I can fit it in a shoebox, I can literally fit it anywhere. So she still has an album, because I feel like maybe she would want an album, but at the same time, it's not a huge honkin' 12x12 album that I literally can't fit anywhere. It's like this thick, no exaggeration. It's crazy. So that's kind of how I fixed that situation, because I couldn't deal with all these photos, and it was $5 instead of spending hundreds on printing all of these photos. Now what did I do with all of these photos? I threw them out. It seems really weird to say that because they were photos of my child, and why would I just throw out photos of my child? But I have them online, so I just put them onto the photo book, got that printed off and shipped to me, and then threw out the rest. What am I going to do with them? I mean, I don't need them. So that's how I really help with the sentimental items. I think digital is a big way to go. Now make sure you back up your stuff. Don't just put it on your laptop, because if you get a virus, your laptop crashes, you're gonna lose it all. So please, if you're going to do that, back up your items. For me, like I said, I have a little hard drive. It's about this big, and I put all my YouTube videos of Addison on it. I put absolutely everything on it, and all my personal information. Like, this is my life backed up into it. But I just have to keep this little thing instead of a giant box full. And it's super easy. You could even do it online, like I was saying, and just keep it on like Google Photos or something similar like that. I'm not really good with software, so I don't know what kind of things are out there, but you could definitely research it. I know the iPhones have like the iCloud or something. I don't know. Some weird cloud in the air that keeps your photos, right? Isn't that what it is? I don't know. Anyways, so that's how I help with that. I would strongly suggest you start digitalizing things. That way, years down the line, you can still look at it. You know, people will have these VHS movie cassettes from when they were kids, but I mean, what are we gonna do with them now? Where VHSs or VCRs are coming out of style now. So what I would suggest there is converting those. You can actually convert those to a regular DVD kind of file and put them on a little hard drive. I don't know why I'm just keep talking about hard drives, but seriously, those have saved my life. I have one, I think it cost me $70. It has like terabytes. Again, I'm not good at this stuff, but it has a lot of storage on it, and that's where I back up all of our stuff. That's how I don't have clutter in my house, and that's why I don't own sentimental items. I don't need them. I don't need my dolly anymore when I'm scared. She may as well go be donated to someone else, or that dolly was ruined, so I couldn't donate her. But a lot of times you could donate items. So that's my tips on decluttering sentimental items. Again, of course, if you really feel like you need something, then keep it. But a family member of mine actually passed away a few years back. She gave away some pillowcases and some tablecloths, something like that. So I would use the tablecloth at my house for a little bit before I had kids, because you know how that works. And you know, that's different. If you're using it, that's totally different. But when it comes to sentimental items that literally sit in a box, picking up dust in your storage unit, under your stairs, you don't look at it for years on end, that's what I'm talking about sentimental items. And I'm not saying you have to forget those people at all. I understand how it can be so difficult. I've dealt with loss in my life, and I'm gonna be honest with you, getting rid of some of their clothing or their outfits were really hard for me. And in fact, I actually didn't get rid of it. I had a miscarriage a few years back, which I've mentioned a couple times, and one of the onesies that I had, we actually kept, and Addison wore it, and now it's in Addison's bedroom as a decor for her room, and it's just kind of a cute thing that I wanted to keep but incorporate in her decor as well. Another top that I had from my pregnancy a few years back, like I was saying, I kept for my next pregnancy with Addison. So it's still like a sentimental item, but it's not something that's just picking up dust all the time. Happy decluttering. Again, please don't feel like you have to do anything. Don't get stressed out over it. Just take it one step at a time, and if you needed help clearing some of that sentimental kind of clutter, then there you go. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.